All right, so welcome back to class. Just really quickly, I want to go over your erased body essay so that you know what it is that you have to do for your erased body essay. So you see the deadline for your erased body essay right here on your syllabus, and I just kind of want to go over what I expect. So if you read this link, Judy Ortiz Kofer's The Story of My Body. This kind of gives you a model, not a recipe. It's not exactly what you're supposed to do, but it's kind of a model of what I want your essay to look like. Okay. There are actual examples of previous essays that did really well, so you can see exactly what I'm looking for in this race body essay. And so you have this guide, and then you have several models. Okay. You are required to write your own 4 to 5 full-page autobiography of your body and situate the narrative within a social context, specifically a framework that deals with the physical, political, and ideological borders. So essentially, basically, you're going to tell me the story of your body, but you're going to tell me the story of your body as a raced body. Okay. Obviously, you can also add on other elements like gender and class, but for the most part, I want you to look at it from the perspective of race. And so tell me how your body as a race being, right? Whether you are a person of color, a Black person, an Asian person, a Latinx person, a white person, a Native American, mixed race, whatever, right? Whatever your story is as a racial being, how has that changed and evolved over time, right? Maybe during a time where you didn't really realize it. And then maybe you can tell me, well, what was your first racialized experience where you realize like, oh, this is a thing, or maybe I'm different from the people around me. Or maybe I'm the same as people around me, but they're treated differently, or something like anything. Maybe the first time you heard a racial slur and it made you feel uncomfortable, or maybe you didn't hear a racial slur, but you saw something, or it could have been on television, or could have been in person, that you saw something that triggered you or made you think about the idea of race, or maybe the first time you were taught about race, and maybe you didn't understand it at first, but later on you did, like anything, right? And you can just tell me these stories and do some introspection about your life and how it has changed racially over time. The key to this assignment is that you will also integrate concepts from the semester into this assignment. This is where a lot of students fall by the wayside. They just talk about their story, but they don't tie it into, in a very clear and succinct but detailed way, show me examples of how you see certain concepts from this class, maybe colorblind racism, systemic racism, critical race theory, Black feminist thought. We're going to go over a lot of different theories, myth of the model minority, all of these different things. How do you see examples of this in your life? You don't have to be a person of color. You don't have to be a racial minority to see these examples. You can talk about and discuss these examples. They may not even be your specific example, but maybe you saw it and that helped you in this class. This concept helped you understand that what you saw even more, right? So again, just show me and make connections, make detailed connections between the authors, the concepts, the stories from this course and your story. That's really the whole thing. Just make those connections. Show me. You can tell me a story and then say this is directly linked to critical race theory, where we talked about this, and this part of critical race theory is in line with this part of my story. If you look at what this author says about critical race theory, this is how it aligns with my story right here. And then you talk about, like, just make connections, just make detailed connections. That's it. That's the whole thing. I hope that's understandable, but if not, you can see examples of it in the example essays. You're going to discuss the ways race and racism influences your body in the past and the present. There are some questions that you can answer to kind of see how you are supposed to answer these questions. So just in case you're still confused, just answer those questions in detailed ways, but use concepts from the course. This part is very important. You must integrate 6 to 8 relevant readings to extend your personal discussion. You must discuss these readings in detail, make connections between your story and what we encounter in the class. When I say readings, the textbook is only one reading because it's only one book. So you can't use different essays and say these are the different readings. One reading, one textbook, one source. You can use different essays, but that's still only going to count as one reading because it's only one book. So use other books from the class. You have other books, you have other articles. Some of these are chapters from larger books. Do a little bit of research, do a little bit of legwork. You can find where the book is, and then you can use that. Okay, so use other books, use other articles, use other sources to make these connections. Okay, but you must use you can use text, a lot of the text in the book or in the class, but also outside. Okay, outside of the class. When you write the autobiography of your body, pull in these references, pull in the references from the class, pull in the concepts from the class, show me that you know how to quote the authors and from the class and the concepts from the class and tie it into your story. If you don't do that, your grade will go down. Okay. Some students use ChatGPT or other kind of sites they use to do this stuff. I can typically kind of tell, not just from the style of writing, but just how it's laid out, right? So it's just better if you just do the assignments and you'll get a higher grade when you clearly just show me that you know how to use what it is that we talked about in the class. Let's see. So the readings, again, readings, class concepts, and lectures must be used to support and sociologically explain the story of your body as a racial construct. You also must use in-text citations. So I give you a link to show you how to use in-text citations. You must use them in ASA format within the reading, within your paper. And then, of course, you must have a reference page. So this is just the details of the paper, double space, 12-point font, Times New Roman, all that good stuff. So all that is right there. That's an example. And again, this is a link for you to use so that you can know how to do the citations. So really simple. Again, there are example essays that you can use. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me, email me, inbox me, whatever, it's cool. We can set up a Zoom meeting, that's fine. And yeah, I hope all is well. And I hope that you understand what you're supposed to do for your race body essay. There are several places where the deadline is. It's on your syllabus. It's also, it's on your syllabus. It should be on Canvas. Like, yeah. But definitely just look at the syllabus. It's right there. Oh, yeah, it's 2 places on your syllabus. It's at where I describe the essay, and it's on your course schedule. So it's right there. All you gotta do is just look. And then I'm explaining it to you here. So even if you haven't seen it yet, pause the video, go look, and then just put that in your calendar. I need to do my essay by this date. Okay? So hope you understand. Reach out to me if you don't. Have a great day.